Have you ever stared at your rent bill and just sat there thinking, how am I supposed to pay this? Your bank account says $213, rent is $1,200, and payday is still 9 days away. No one talks about this. Not in school, not in job interviews, not even in most finance books. But this isn't rare. Millions of people are stuck in this cycle, working hard, doing all the right things, and still falling short when rent is due. Today, we are going to talk about what to do when you can't afford rent. Not just theory, real steps, real talk from real people who have been through it. Part 1. Why this happens? Let's start with some truth. If you are struggling to pay rent, it's not always because of poor decisions. It's because the system is stacked. Rents have skyrocketed. Wages, not so much. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the US is over $1,500. But the federal minimum wage is still stuck at $7.25. Even if you are making more than that, after taxes, bills, groceries, and maybe even a student loan or two, there is barely enough left. Let me introduce you to someone. Her name is Jenna. Works full-time at a grocery chain. 40 hours a week. Honest worker. Never late. But every month, she has to choose between paying rent in full or paying off her credit card that's maxed from last month's groceries. Sound familiar? It's not laziness, it's math, and it's broken. But there are ways to fight back, ways to breathe, ways to survive, and even rebuild. Let's talk about them. Part 2. The right now plan. So, rent is due. You don't have enough. Here is what you do. Number 1. Don't freeze. Act fast. Avoiding the problem doesn't make it go away. Most landlords will work with you if you communicate early. Text, email, or call them and say, "Hi, I wanted to let you know I am currently facing some unexpected financial difficulties and I may not be able to pay rent in full by the due date. I am working on finding a solution and will update you in the next 24 hours. Number 2. Check emergency rent assistance. Many local governments, non-profits, and religious groups offer emergency rental assistance programs. Start with 211.org. Local housing, church or charities like Salvation Army, Catholic Charities, Modest Needs, or United Way. In many cases, a small grant can cover the shortfall. Number 3. Split rent into smaller payments. Negotiate. Ask if you can pay half now, half in 2 weeks. Offer specifics. I can pay $400 this Friday and another $400 on the 15th. Landlords prefer some money now over none at all. Number 4. Sell something today. Look around your home. Anything you haven't used in 6 months can probably go. Old iPhones, unused electronics, shoes, furniture, Facebook Marketplace offer up, Craigslist, post it now. You would be surprised how quickly things sell when priced right. Number 5. Gig work for immediate cash. Need money today? Try DoorDash or Uber Eats, TaskRabbit, Rover, dog walking, Amazon Flex, babysitting or tutoring. Even $100 to $200 in a couple of days can close the gap. Part 3. Short-term survival strategy. Alright, you have handled the crisis for now, but you can't live in survival mode forever. So, here is what to do next to avoid this again. Number 1. Create a no BS budget. Not a pretty one, a survival one. Take your total income, list your non-negotiables. Rent, food, transportation, cut everything else until you stabilize. No subscriptions, no takeout, no just this one's purchases. Use cash envelopes if needed. Number 2. Downsize or house hack. If your rent takes up more than 40% of your income, something has to change. Can you move to a cheaper place? Get a roommate, live with family for a while. Rent out your living room. Airbnb a spare room. It's not glamorous, but it's temporary. And it works. Number 3. Build a $1,000 emergency fund. This is your rent panic button. Every extra dollar goes into this fund until you hit $1,000. Sell, side hustle, cut costs, whatever it takes. Because when you have even $500 in savings, life feels less scary. Part 4. Long-term fix. Now let's talk about future proofing. The goal isn't to just scrape by. The goal is stability. Here is how. Number one, increase your income. I know, easier said than done, but this is where the game changes. Options: ask for a raise, apply for a better job, learn a skill that pays more, coding, design, sales, etc., freelance or side hustle in the evenings. Set a goal, increase income by $500 per month within 6 months. Number two, improve your credit so you have options. When your credit improves, you qualify for better rental terms, lower deposits, and safer housing. Pay bills on time, keep balances low, avoid applying for new cards too often. Tools like Experian Boost or Self can help build credit faster. Number three, automate savings. Once things stabilize, automate $20 to $50 per month into savings. You won't miss it and it adds up. Make saving a habit even when it feels small. Part 5, Mindset. Let's be real, struggling with rent can feel shameful, embarrassing. You might feel like you failed. You didn't. You are surviving a system that's designed to stretch you to the edge. But here is what you can control: your reaction, your plan, and your comeback. You're not the first to struggle, and you won't be the last. But you can be the one of the few who decides this is the last time you'll ever feel this way. You can turn this crisis into your turning point. This isn't the end. This is the chapter where you start rebuilding with grit, with strategy, and with dignity. Let's recap. If you can't afford rent, act fast. Look for local aid, gig work, and short-term fixes. Make a tight budget and prioritize essentials. Downsize or house hack if needed. Start building a buffer and leveling up your income. Change your mindset from panic to purpose. You're not alone and you're not stuck. If this video helped you even a little, share it. Someone else needs to hear this too. And subscribe if you want more real talk about money, the kind that actually changes lives. Thanks for watching. You have got this.